Hey folks, welcome back to Prepping with Sarge. So today I just want to take a little bit of time to talk about the villainization of your ability and your right to think critically and ask questions, right? So we live in a time, and you see this definitely amplified during election years, where if you question anything, you can be easily labeled as a conspiracy theorist, or that you're, anti-government, or that you're sometimes counterculture or whatever. And I honestly don't care if you're far left or far right. I think you're entitled to your opinions, and I support your right to free speech. And as we've always said on this channel, I welcome everybody to this channel. If you're here to learn prepping skills, if you're here to learn some wilderness survival, I'm going to teach you. I don't care about your political beliefs, your religion, your race or ethnicity you come from. If you're here to learn, I'm here to teach you, right? And that's the community that we've built here. But unfortunately, in social media, we have this situation where a lot of these companies are run by people who are very extreme thinkers on one end of the spectrum, and sometimes it's the other end of the spectrum as well. I'm not trying to say it's only one group that's doing this, but questioning anything, right? Like questioning, are we in a recession, right? Was this outage caused by a solar flare, or was it a cyber attack, or or should we be in this war? Should we be using tax money to help this group when we're not helping homeless veterans, right? Like anything like that is just getting villainized. And I want to encourage you to not be discouraged by this. If you were born in the United States, and hopefully some other countries that practice, a democratic republic ideology, your right to say and question things should be protected. And that should be, whether they're private companies or not, you should be allowed to have a different opinion, to question the status quo, because many times the things that are reported in the mainstream media, we later find out that they weren't factually accurate, right? So if we don't question those things and we just accept everything that's spoon-fed to you, right, then there's nobody keeping this checks and balances. And here in the United States, especially, the whole system by our founding fathers, the gift that was given to you as your birthright, if you're born in the United States or you become a U.S. citizen, is this system of checks and balances, so that no group should have an unequal amount of power. And believe me, media and information is power, right? Controlling the narrative is power. So as we get closer to the election, you're going to see more and more attacks on this, unfortunately. And if you are somebody who has just curiosity, right? You're just curious. You want to ask questions like, well, could this have been something else? Was this the right treatment for this? Was this what really happened in this incident? Should we be in this proxy war? Should we be spending tax money on this? You're going to be villainized, and it's not right. And you're just going to have to be holding strong to your own fundamental ethics and your own fundamental morals and values, and know that you were born with a birthright to free speech, with very few exceptions. There's very few exceptions. So it also has a lot of responsibility, right? Because free speech also has consequences. We know that, right? So if you go on there, and I've talked about this on my live streams, if you go on one of these platforms and you speak a lot of hatred, or if you speak a lot of violence and things like that, there could be consequences to those things. That's not what I'm talking about here, though, right? I'm talking about just being curious and asking questions, and could the narrative be different, right? You have a right to ask those questions, and let's do our best as a community to try to preserve those rights for each other, right? So that's all I got to say for today. I hope this generated a little bit of thinking for, as my friend Steve from Corsair Trainers says, your thinky think. Use that. You were born with a brain. That was a gift from God. And if you're born in the United States, or you're a citizen of the United States, you were born with the right of freedom of speech. Use both, right? If you got anything out of value of this, please consider giving me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and don't forget to check in the links down below in the description. I put coupon codes for products that I think you will like, products that will make your journey towards preparedness a little bit easier and a little bit more affordable, okay? Keep planting your seeds, keep stacking your silver. This is Prepping with Sarge.